I took some epoxy paste, I put some saran wrap, vinyl film, over the pot, rolled out some of these into sausage shape, and then fixed them to shape over this side of the pot and left them to set, so that when I took them away, I had the shape of this curve here. I could transfer this curve over to this side. So in fact, where I am now, I've cut one already to shape at the ends, so I'm hopeful that it will just fit in here. So I can put a little of the putty over the ends, just a little. I've abraded the ends of this dried strip so that theoretically this will stick to it okay. It's really quite nice using epoxy putty like this. It's a straightforward sort of 15-minute set of epoxy resin, but with the high density kaolin and powdered wood filler to stiffen it up and give it some body. If this shape isn't quite right, I can take a hot air blower and heat this up just beyond comfort stage with my hand, and I can actually bend this putty to a different shape. Because there's going to be a lot of springing. So what I'm going to do is just put a small clamp over there. I've left a little spring in this piece of this strip of epoxy putty so that it will actually spring into place, but of course it also springs out of place. What I'm trying to do is to keep this epoxy setting pretty quickly, and I'm trying to keep it warm in my fingers so that it remains its tack and doesn't start getting cold and setting. It's very much a touch business because I can't really see underneath to see how well it's fitting. So I just hope it's going in the right place. And one has to be conscious all the time that these pieces of pot coming out like this are very fragile, and that not too much pressure is placed upon them. So I rather hope, well, that's about it. And I will leave this for half an hour to really set up hard and not fiddle about with it anymore. And then I have some strips, as I showed you, already made, and some short strips to go across places like this. So we end up with a basket work, but actually in the shape of the pot, I hope. So if I show you the profile of this side of the pot here, which we know is reasonably accurate because we have a rim to base profile, so that if I now turn it back, I rather hope I've achieved the same sort of profile here, but a wee bit smaller because I'm going to cover this with plaster at the final stage.